first to a pairing who are both relatively newcomers to the world's top. And they like to play music as well while they're just waiting to be introduced. Hoping that their joint pedigree will see them through to the semi-finals of this prestigious event. Ladies and gentlemen, it's England's Jamie Chesney and Mark Dawes.
Nothing yet. But baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. It's something that you're never gonna forget. But baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Wave it around. That's what you told me.
And next to a new pairing who for many years have consistently secured both their places in the world's top 16. Ladies and gentlemen, a former World Pairs Indoors finalist, Jonathan Ross, and the 2015 World Mixed Pairs Champion, to you, Janice.
Well, thank you very much, Richard, and welcome to you all viewers to this Sunday afternoon here at the Just 2017 World Indoor Bowls Championships, kindly hosted by Potter's Resort. And I'm delighted to be joined in the commentary position this afternoon for this game by Andy Thompson, MBE.
27.5 metres.
Thank you very much, Janice. Looking forward to this game. Should be a good game. 3 England internationals and 1 ex-Scottish international, so should be a good game.
Ex-Scottish, ex-Irish. I think Jonathan Ross is trying to go round the country. He'll be after England next.
I think he's quite happy up in Paisley, isn't he?
Yes, yeah, quite settled up there. 2 new pairings. We were talking earlier, Andy, to the event. First year that these have both played together. This is the first game out there for the partnership of Jonathan Ross and Rob Paxton. Rob won this event 2 years ago with Simon Skelton. Simon Skelton dropped out of the top 16. And the way these pairs work, for those of you who don't know, the top 16 get to choose who they'd like to play with from the top 16. And we have a number of qualifiers that come into the event as well. But out there today, you've got 2 lots of pairs from the top 16. I hope that wasn't too confusing for you out there.
Well explained, Janice.
At least it wasn't a 9 o'clock start this morning, Andy. That would have been a tongue twister.
Yes, I think it would have been difficult. We had our awards evening last night, very entertaining. Unfortunately, I didn't get any this year, so I'm not happy, Janice.
No, me neither. I did get nominated for one. I was a possibility. My picture came up on the big screen.
Yes, I saw it. Looked very good, very glamorous. Excellent start here from Mark Dawes.
Goal in front. I'm still just drawing in, really. 18 on your last, you're good.
We also have a bit of fun here in the commentary box. I won't let you know what's happened, but Janice has just been presented with some nice chocolate.
Profiteroles.
It's an in-house joke, Janice, that we'll explain maybe later on.
Yes, perhaps.
Good here, John. Well played, Johnny.
Thanks to my producer who likes to lighten the entertainment up in here.
Good final bow from Jonathan Ross. Not sure.
1 red.
Yes, he's drawn the shot.
Yeah, Jonathan had a good run in this last year, playing with Jason Greenslade, who has got to the semi-final again. Jason with another new partner.
Yeah, Les Gillett plays with me in the international team, playing very well.
Of course, we have a new format here for those of you watching the pairs from the World Indoor Bowls Championships for the first time today. we're playing 3 bowl pairs
Ball's nearly locked
over
in, but
2
yeah,
sets
throw
of
away there.
7 ends. On the whole, Andy, it seems to have made for a more entertaining, slightly more aggressive game of bowls 3 bowl pairs.
Yes, I think it has, Janice. I mean, I don't know whether it's good or bad. I've got various views. I mean, I quite liked the 2 bowl pairs. I mean, I quite enjoyed that game. But 3 bowls, just a little bit different, as you say. Probably more aggressive. More bowls to correct your shots with, really. But all players will adapt to the rules that we're putting forward, you know, by the World Bowls Tour. Will manage to adapt to them.
Yeah, I think Mark's just asking Jamie to reach either of the green wing bowls here. Try and promote them. There's not a clean draw on at all.
I think the reason that Jamie's taking his time here, he knows that the shot that Mark has asked him is quite difficult. Just to time it around the ball with a little bit of weight. This is quite hard.
Might just dip now. It's not the easiest of bowls to play on the portable rink. Just a timed bowl.
Once again, Jonathan's just looking for what happens if Jamie attacks, and I think he's asked for a position bowl. So this ball won't be near the head. I think he'll be keeping it wide.
Hurry. That's wee bit. Big hurry here. And swoop. That's very good.
Doesn't make it any easier for Jamie here.
These are the difficult shots, unfortunately, that Jamie's got to play. He's played one in the backhand. I think he's going to revert now to the forehand, but again, it's still a difficult shot. Probably just try to draw here, I think.
Of course, we're with you for all the bowls sent on the portable rink here on World Bowls Tour YouTube. Very close. Can he turn it? Oh,
Very
great
well.
bowl, Jamie Chesney.
Excellent ball. Just had enough weight to promote the ball. Great ball.
1 green.
And while we have Andy Thompson with us, don't forget, if you have any questions you'd like me to put to Andy, if you just bob them on the chat, we will endeavour to answer any of your questions. If it's a rules question, I'll put it to one of our umpires.
Well said, Janice, because I don't know half the rules.
Well, it worked quite well yesterday, Andy, because there was a couple of rules questions cropped up, and Alan Thornhill and Dan McManus, who are 2 of our umpires that join us next weekend, they were on the chat and answered the questions for us.
Yes, I think it's probably fair to say that a lot of the players not always up to date with all the rules, but we get by.
Good try now.
One shot to Jamie
One
Chesney.
shot, Chesney indoors. Jack length, 27.5 metres. 27.5.
Well, we've started straight away with a question for you, Andy. It's one we do get asked quite often about bowls selection for the portable rink. Do you use your own bowls, or do you select the bowls that are suitable for the portable rink?
Well, I have got a number of red and green sets, Janice, that I bring up here, and I do experiment like a lot of players. You're never quite sure exactly how the carpet's going to play. So, as I say, I've got 2 or 3 different models, and I played with, don't want to make this a promotional event, but I played with Taylor Ace yesterday. I think tomorrow I'm going to play with Taylor International. So it's just the bowl that suits you best, really. How about you, Janice? How many sets do you tend to bring along with you?
Yeah, I've got about 6 sets here, 2 different colours. Of course, we play red if we're top of the draw, green if we're bottom. I play with Drake's Pride bowls, and I've brought 3 different models of their bowls through. You tend to find that the blue portable rink does change as the weeks go on. It's slowed down a little bit already, and it'll slow down further. So, but also, if you're an overseas player, or even a player from this country, all the manufacturers, that's Taylor's, Drake's, and we'll mention the other 2, Henselite and Aero, just so that everybody's got a mention. We have a pool of bowls here for people to select from that they can have a go with.
Good.
Obviously, for the overseas, it's hard to bring 6 or 8 sets over.
Well, once again, Jonathan Ross with his last bowl has done the damage. 3 good bowls from Mark Dawes, but the final delivery from Jonathan. Now we could see the jack going on the respot, so it was a good ball from Jonathan.
Yeah, that's the thing with this 3-bowl pairs, Andy. I've noticed that the leads, if trouble is brewing, will tend to be a little bit more aggressive with the last bowl, if requested by the skip.
Yeah, I think you rightly said, Janice. There's more aggression in the 3-bowl pairs, more attacking.
I'm not giving you hints for our game on Friday. I'd rather just try and put them close for you, Andy.
That's exactly what I want, Janice. Nice close bowls, and I'll put the position bowls in.
There we go. We've got that organised. For those of you that don't know, I've got the pleasure of playing with the man sat next to me in the match play mixed pairs on Friday. Thoroughly looking forward to that. We've been friends for a number of years, Andy, and we've always managed to avoid each other in that draw, and it's brilliant we've been drawn together this year.
Yeah, looking forward to that, Janice. Hopefully we do well against Mr. Harlow.
Yes, Mr. Harlow and my good friend Amy Stanton. Well, Jamie, looks down a good track. If it can just finish for you. Great effort. If this sits down.
Still hold the shot. You were 3/4 of a bowl short. Probably just another one in the area. What's the gap for the second? I think you need to stay away from the bowl. Down here. Just down the gears a wee bit.
Just overplayed here, but it's not in a bad place. Jamie's just got the draw again here. Jamie and Mark Dawes are newsters to the top 16. Jamie's ranked 14, Mark Dawes 16. They decided to pair up, and I think when we all saw this as a pairing, it looked quite dangerous on paper. Both confident players.
Yeah, Jamie just looks to be slightly under. I think Robert will be quite cagey with this final delivery. Doesn't want to give a shot away, probably happy just to get on the board.
Yeah, Rob just asking if he sits his own bowl down, is he going to be shot against?
Yes, Robert, I think I would take the 1 here.
Yeah, he's saying take the 1.
Rightly
Point
so.
shot, Ross and Paxton.
Oh, what do you want the jack?
Set score.
Well, we did
1-1
see
after
yesterday
2
2 regular pairings drop out of the pairs in the afternoon in the form of the defending champions Darren Burnett and Stuart Anderson. And then Paul Foster and Alec Marshall went out, and Again, yourself, yesterday morning, Andy, you play quite regularly with Mark Royal. It's quite interesting. Somebody asked yesterday about regular pairings. Are you used to each other's games? But at this level, I don't really think that matters so much. It's more about how everybody plays on the day.
Yes, Janice, I agree. It's all about performing, and I think it's fair to say that Mark and I didn't perform well yesterday.
Good on him, mate. Really good.
Good
Really
start
good.
here.
Yeah, Jonathan will be happy with that. His best leading ball so far.
Good inch off the jack so you can stay with it.
Mark led exceptionally well yesterday.
Yes, he started well again today. Good lead, Mark. He's been an international lead for a few years, but I think he's been moved up to 3, plays 3 to Greg Harlow in the international team. Both the skips here, that's Jamie and Robert, they're both skip for England.
Yeah, Mark came into commentary the day before yesterday, Andy, and we were talking about this. It happens quite a lot where players play in the clubs at skip or for county games at skip, but Mark's preferred position is leading. He's got every shot in the armoury. I mean, he's a great singles player, but he does like to play lead position.
Really good. Really good.
Yeah, good all-round player. That's good head this for Robert and Jonathan. Good bowling.
Nice crowd in here this afternoon as well.
Yes, it's the one venue that we get crowds like this basically for the whole fortnight, which is fantastic.
Close here, Mark.
One red.
Jonathan's still lying.
If you can stick with us this afternoon as well, following this game, we've got one Nick Brett and Greg Harlow playing the Welsh qualifiers, Daniel Salmon and Damien Doublet. That'll be another good game on the cards. Got some great bowls so far in the event. I know somebody picked up on my commentary comment from the other day, and they said that the comment of the day was the bowls will get better as the event goes on, just while Mervyn King drew a front toucher and a back toucher, and the comment came through, Andrew, you can't get much better than that.
Yeah, quite right. Yeah, Mervyn and David have played really well. A hard pair to beat, I think. But I'd agree, Greg and Nicky will certainly be one of the favourites to win this tournament. And I believe they're swapping their positions this year for the first time.
Really?
Yes, a bit of
Interesting.
inside information for you, Janice.
Ah.
Doesn't change now. Just a bit of flick short.
Yeah, well, that was one of the questions we had through Andy yesterday, was about how do you choose who leads and who skips. Sometimes it's just a natural situation where you have a regular lead, as in the case here of Mark Dawes and Jamie Chesney. There was no question, I think, anybody had questioned Mark Dawes would lead this. Whereas with some of the pairings, certainly with Greg and Nick, they can play either position.
Yes, both skip for the country, so it's... I think Nick has skipped for Greg in the past in the national triples. I think that's why Greg just thought, well, it's 3 ball pairs game, I'll let you skip this time. And I agree with you, Janice, that both competent players, both could skip very well. Close here from Jamie, what a ball.
Oh,
Well
wow,
played,
ball.
Jamie Chesney.
Yes, really made his mark in March at the International Open, where he just
green.
failed at the last hurdle. He lost to David Gawley in the final there.
Well, a choice of shot here for Robert. He could try to just move the jack a foot, or he could run the jack to the ditch. So this is what the player feels comfortable here. Yeah, we could see the two red balls on the screen. Touch the jack to these balls. Looks like that's what he's playing.
Around the pace here.
Well, Jonathan's looking at it.
Come on, Rob, run.
It's on a very good track. Is it reaching?
Don't
Is it
think he
making
is.
the trip?
Oh, very close now. Big effort.
Yes, it's often the case as well. But we see that ball of Jamie Chesney's again. Touches the jack perfectly. I was saying it's often the case in pairs that you let the skip play the shot they're confident in playing. If they see a shot and they're confident to play that shot, that's the shot, and you try and support them all the way.
Perfect line from Jamie. Just lacking the foot of running.
Set shot, Chesney indoors.
Tight set to start with.
Set score 1-2 after 3 ends. Jack length 27.5 meters, 27.5.
Certainly yesterday, Mark and Jamie were preferring a slightly longer jack. It looks like they've gone for that as their tactic again here today.
Last bit.
Yes, I think it's something that both players, I'm sure, before they went onto the green, had a slight, a small discussion as to what length they preferred. I know that Jonathan and Robert, I think Robert basically said, put the jack where you want, so often the skip will do that to the lead.
Good track here for Mark. This will make it all the way back if it's a length.
Yeah, leading very steady at the moment, Mark does. All balls are all normally within 18 inches, which is good. Builds the head up.
This looks on a good track.
Easy in, man. Easy in.
I just held off. I did have a half-hour practice earlier, Andy. It did seem to have just got a few lines to it now. There's certainly 2 ways in on a couple of the hands.
Yeah, I'd agree. The green is certainly getting slower. I know that when players turned up here at the beginning of the week, it was running quite free, but as you say, every day it just tends to get a little bit slower. It's still playing quite well, but just not quite running as quickly as we've had in the past. I believe it's a new underlay as well, Janice, is that right?
Yeah, that's what I've been told. They've put a new underlay down. It's the same carpet that we had in Perth for the Scottish International Open, but they
Two
put
greens.
new underlay under it, and the reports were early doors. When it had first been laid, it was very quick, and I think that's why a number of us, Andy, brought several sets of bowls in case. But I think most players still preferring a swingier bowl out there.
Well, Jamie preferring the forehand in this direction. Most players probably preferring the backhand. He looks to be under.
It's got quite a swoop off that forehand.
Down the other. Dead draw there, else you're playing the positive shot there. It's away for the dead draw.
This is another part of the rules of the pairs. Rob Paxton can't return to have a look at the head himself until he's delivered 2 of his 3 bowls. Relying on Jonathan giving him information.
good ball in the head.
Yeah, I think Robert would have preferred to have played the backhand there. He prefers it in this direction. This looks a better line from Jamie.
Or even if it gets the green ball and tips it.
That's good enough.
This last ball didn't count. I think you've just got to try and see that a dead draw there. I was trying to try and fill the jack.
How much past Jamie's bowl to count? Last ball?
Last ball.
Yeah, how far past to count?
It's almost 20 inches gap.
Well, Robert's sticking to the draw. Not an easy shot, this. Got to navigate past the short balls, short green balls here. Looks to be under.
He's not reaching.
Okay.
I don't think he was happy with the choice of hand that Jonathan Ross was asking him to play, really. I think that's why he'll come and have a look himself.
Yes, I think when he has a look at this, I think Robert will be attacking with his final delivery. But chance here for Jamie to add a third. Sticking to the forehand, just draw another.
Yeah, slips past his own ball. Gets another about. Very good track, all on his pace. It'll make it all the way back in if it's a length.
That certainly has stopped to draw shot on the forehand. Robert's going to have to be more aggressive here. Needs to hit the target. He's 2 down anyway. Can't be any worse off.
No, he can rattle anything into the head there.
Looks a good forehand runner, I think, here, Janice.
If he gets the red ball in the centre of your screen, plant shot ball out, might even make his own ball follow through onto the jack. They've got the best back red ball as well. Something in the area, Andy. Gets rid of a few.
Yeah, I think it's one of these, just hit the target and hope you get a good result. Got a chance here, Robert. He'll be aggressive for this one. Yes, through in the forehand. Close.
Close. Yeah, very close.
Okay.
Well, it's gone off the rink. I think he's dropping 1.
That's better than 3.
Great.
One shot, Chesney indoors.
Good strike.
Yeah, we've had a question in
Set score.
about the
1-3
carpet that I
after
think
4
I
ends.
can cover, really. It is hoovered every evening. It isn't cleaned. If the cleaning process for a carpet, it takes a number of days for it to dry, because obviously it's a wet solution that's put on the carpets, but it is hoovered regularly.
Jack lengths,
It is
27.5
not
metres,
re-stretched.
27.5.
It's stretched at the beginning of the event before those sideboards go in that you see down the sides of the rink. And if memory serves me right, I think it's stretched about 3 times over the process of 48 hours. And then once that's done, the rest of the set is built round it. And apart from being hoovered, that's all that changes as the event goes on. Hope that answers your questions. Of course, for those of you that don't know, this is a portable rink. It's not an actual rink at a club. That's why it has these little variations of shots that are harder to play on the surface than others.
Weight's good, really.
The portable rinks put down here at Potter's Resort and also at the Perth Indoor Bowls Club when we play the Scottish International Open. But when we play the International Open at Blackpool Newton Hall, that is a bona fide rink at the club. It's Rink 2. It's actually the rink that Mark Dawes and I play World Nationals on, so it should be a rink that suits Mark.
Yes, I'd agree, Janice. It's A little bit of an advantage. I don't think Mark has done exceptionally well in Blackpool. Always a difficult man to beat, but I'm sure one of these days he's going to pick that title up.
His body language didn't like that bowl, Andy. It's going to the back, so it's not a bad bowl.
No, still good finding the centre line. Jonathan's not quite nailed his draw yet.
What you got, mate? And again, mate. And again. Really good.
If you can't stay with us and you have to go off to play a national or a county
One
game
green.
yourself, all the results are on worldbowlstour.tv, but hopefully you can stay with us this Sunday afternoon. Well, he's urging this on, Andy. I think he's pulling up a touch short.
Yeah, I think he knew it was just a yard shot. Just a draw here for Robert on the forehand.
All the way back.
All on his pace here.
All the way back.
Very
Great
close.
track.
And left. Well done,
That was
Rob.
well played.
Yeah, as Mark said, it's still just the draw for Jamie. Adjustment on his last bowl. Reaches shot bowl. Touch on the jack's good as well.
Needs to run with this, Jamie. Looks to be under again. Didn't have the pace, really.
Just draw away. If you drop your ball, you might move the jack.
Good track again.
Well down to wait here. Come on, Rob. Hurry.
Oh, Jonathan urging this ball on. It looks to be lacking pace, is he?
That's
Oh,
it.
he's
Well
on
done.
another. Well played, Robert Patson.
Rob's the highest ranked player out there on the rink today. He's ranked 3. He's certainly dragged himself up the rankings over the years to become one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, very consistent performer. Always tends to get to the later stages of tournaments now, does Robert?
Well, they're having a good look at this, Andy.
Well, he's 2 down. He might feel as though reaching this on the backhand, catching the wide ball on the top of on the right hand side of the screen, catches that ball that might plant the jack out. It's either that or forehand draw.
And when you've pulled up short with a couple of bowls, try and think a percentage bowl might be a little bit more aggressive.
Well, Matt Dawes is looking at this, fancies it. Oh, he's unlucky.
He was unlucky to not get one bowl away at least.
He caught the ball he was after, just got it on the wrong angle. Needed to catch it on the high side. So a chance for Robert to draw a third.
It's just a question of repeat delivery here for Rob Paxton. It's always easy to say sat here.
Yes, we're all good here, Janice, but Robert's played his first 2 bowls were perfect. Is this one running?
Slips past the green bowl. Just got wrecked on it.
2 shots, Ross and Paxton.
That's tied the set up at 3-all, 2 ends to play.
Set
Bit of a
score,
discussion
3-3
now on
after 5 ends.
length of jack.
Well, great balls from Robert Paxton. Somebody's mentioned on the Twitter that Robert Paxton did get a gold medal a couple of months ago in New Zealand, along with Andy Napper and Jamie Walker. I believe Robert was outstanding as well in that. Playing with a lot of confidence at the moment.
Jack length, 25 metres, 25.
Yes, I actually watched some of that final on YouTube. It was good to watch. So certainly a very confident player nowadays. Spent a couple of seasons out in Australia and changed his delivery slightly, and it certainly made a difference to Rob, giving him his confidence and also some great results.
A slightly different length here from Jonathan and Robert. Shorter length, and Jonathan, the perfect ball, back toucher almost.
Of course, a lot of players play indoors and outdoors, but there's several that just play indoors now. And Mark Dawes plays Crown Green outdoors during the summer. Not a bad Crown Greener. Far better indoor player. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that. All his family will be listening in.
Yes. Do you play Crown Green in the summer, Janice?
I actually packed in the year I got in the England international side, Andy, as I felt I couldn't mix them.
Well, I mean,
You
yours
can
is
be
the length, it's only the one.
playing
I'll just be drawing off really.
85-yard corners on the Crown Green, and my delivery
Fractionally in front.
was totally different. There's only really been Noel Burrows, one of my idols, that he could walk off a Crown Green onto an indoor surface and just pick up his bowls and play both games to an excellent standard. Myself, David Holt, Mark Dawes, have all dabbled at Crown Green. I was quite successful, and then this game got me bugged and hit, and I stuck with this.
Quite right. Well, this is a good head of balls. 3 good balls here from Jonathan Ross, but Mark Dawes holds the shot.
Can't quite see for Jamie.
1 green.
There you go.
6 balls, all within 15 inches. It's good quality bowling.
Use the green, leave the jack.
Nice crowd in here for this afternoon's play. Got 2 games this afternoon, and then we have a playoff for the singles, for the overseas singles place to go into the main draw tonight. And then we start with the first of the main singles games tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
Just dead weight.
Yes, Janice, I've got that one. That's my first game in the singles tomorrow. Hopefully my form's a little bit better than it was in the pairs.
Yeah, playing the Irish qualifier, Graham McKee.
Yes, it'll be a tough game. Graham's been playing well, I believe.
Jamie's shaking his head at that bowl.
Shaking his head, but it's given Robert a problem. Well, Robert was going to be coming up here, but I think the rules, as you stated, I think you could only come up once after the second ball. I'm sure he would like to have a look at this.
Yes, in the final game yesterday, there was a couple of times where the marker had to intervene. I think that's, Andy, because in nationals, the skips are certainly used to being able to even follow every bowl up to have a look. But time constraints here mean that we have to be fairly rigid with the rules.
I think when there's more balls in the head, Janice, I think that's why players probably would, after the first ball, it may have changed. So you could understand players wanted to come up, just to get a look at angles and see how the head's lying. Well, Robert's had a look at this. He's 1 down. I think it'll just be a 4-hand draw. Only 1 green ball in there, but it looks difficult to get it out.
You can draw this. Come on.
Yeah, Jonathan saying you could draw this. Looks a reasonable plan, but I think he's favouring the draw.
Okay, now.
Well, Jamie, not a lot of room here.
And a good line. Just going to be under. Oh, the rub helped. Has he added another?
Dropped back. He's actually tipped the red ball up. No, it hasn't made a difference to shot.
Two shots, Chesney indoors.
That was a good rub from Jamie. 2 shots. That just gives them the edge. One up
Set
playing the
score,
final end
3-5
is
after
there's
6
always a
innings.
toss of a coin almost, but 2 up. You've got a little bit to play with there.
It's good that you've all joined us on the YouTube and we're getting some good messages and chat coming through on the chat. Somebody's asked about the qualifiers that we play on the bowler's bar and why aren't all the qualifiers
Jack length,
played on
27
the
metres,
portable rink.
27.
Well, I think the answer to that is the fact that in the old days, way back when, all the qualifiers were actually played away from the venue, and the WBT felt it would be good when players got down to final stages, certainly in the overseas qualifiers and the pairs qualifiers, bring them down to Potters, experience the venue. Timings are we can't use the portable rink for every game, because when they play on the bowler's bar rinks, we actually use 3 or 4 rinks out there at any time. But it does mean that more people get to experience Potters, which is fantastic.
Very good.
Normally, qualifiers are played in 1 days at different venues. So that's the reason. It just gave the overseas, in particular, the chance to come to experience Potters. And it's a fabulous venue. It's certainly the place to play indoor bowls at.
Yeah, nice ball draw, really getting to the last is good. If you do just slip, just as good.
Yeah, once again, it's good leading balls from both players. Yeah, Jonathan pushing that ball up, knew he was short. Jamie's asking Mark just to keep the draw, touch the jack, make this difficult for Robert to score a 2. Well, that's a bat ball. Jamie will be reasonably happy with that.
Yes, it'll give him options if things start to go against him. Rob's certainly watching this ball come in.
I think it needs to run. Don't think he's running.
Well, Jamie would love to just tuck this jack away now, take any shot away from Rob.
Yes, because Robert has actually played his forehand well at this length, so I'd agree, Janice. Jamie needs a good ball in here.
Such a natural player, Jamie Chesney. As is Mark Dawes, they just choose a shot, stand on the mat, play it. Looks close here.
Perfect line. Does he have the weight? Wow.
Makes it tougher for Rob now to get the 2.
The ball on the left-hand side of the screen, that's Robert's target. Rest that ball, possibly falling for 2.
Hold up now and run.
Oh, he's very close.
Hold and run. The wind was dead on.
Yes. He was very close, but this is a bit harder now for Robert.
Still just one down.
Well, there's a good chance for Jamie here to push the green ball onto the jack, making it really hard. I think that's what Mark's asking. A lot of danger.
Jamie's walked up as far as he dare before getting told off by the marker, so that you can see the angles.
Yeah, Mike Davis will be saying 1 more yard, and I'll be telling you off.
I suppose the danger here, Andy, is if he does open it up, does it make it easier for Rob to draw in 2? He's got 2 balls left as Rob Paxton, world number 3.
Well, the amount of time they're taking to explain it to each other, I think it would have been quicker if he'd just gone up and had a look.
Yeah, I think right about that. Certainly wonder if the skips should be allowed. I'm going to be controversial here, Andy, but I think if the skips were allowed to come up in certain situations, if they ask the marker,
Yes, I think so.
the leads, fair enough. You rely on your skips information, but
Well, the information took about 2 minutes, Janice, so he could have been up and down and played the shot by now. He's almost playing this blind.
yeah, I've seen it a couple of times over the last few days. A skip not 100% sure what he was playing, so kind of rushed it and then walked up to see, almost a bit like it was a wasted bowl. Certainly seen it a couple of times with the qualifiers in particular, Andy.
You know, I mean, you could actually, I'd agree with you, Janice. I think you could maybe go up after your second bowl, providing you're not taking a long time. You know, you could restrict them to, 30 seconds or something. Just a quick look. But once again, he's blocked out, Robert. This is difficult to really get a 2. Awkward one for Jamie. I mean, if he pushes the green ball onto the jack, he almost guarantees that there's no way that Robert could score 2. But he'd be frightened he just isn't pushing another ball in. So it's an awkward one, this.
It almost might be better to leave it as it is, and
There we could see, I mean, the green ball onto the jack guarantees that Robert could only really get 1. But the danger is that the ball on the left-hand side of the screen, he pushes that in for 2. So it is an awkward one, this, for Jamie. I think I'd be probably staying away from it.
well, he's made his decision, seen the head himself, so good idea what he wants to do. Yeah, it looks like he's
Like he's staying away from it, Janice. Letting Robert play the shot.
it's a hard shot now for Rob Paxton because all his bowls are short of the jack.
Yeah, I think that's why there was a nothing ball from Jamie. This is difficult for Robert, really.
Very flush under that.
Well, he's looking to see if there's anything on the backhand side.
So it's just whether nothing that goes through in it.
Well, I think Jonathan's suggesting that there is something. Catches the 1 ball, maybe takes the green ball out. I think that looks an easier shot than the forehand side.
Yeah, the forehand, he'd have to try and really remove 2 of the green bowls at least, whereas you say, Jonathan's saying about the backhand, it's whether their own red bowl would actually push the closest red bowl onto the jack. But he's got to try something, Andy, so it's a question of picking which hand and playing the right way and hoping, really.
I think the reason he's taken so long here is that there's not an obvious easy shot. It's just about what you fancy here, and I think I don't even know what I would choose here. Probably forehand. Try to push the red ball up or rest it deep. The green ball on the left of the screen, really difficult.
I think this again is one of those situations where what's the skip's preferred shot?
Well, there's no doubt about it. The skip will play what he thinks is the best.
Everybody comes in with, don't they? Go ahead.
Well, chosen the forehand, Andy. The shot you called.
It looks wide. Don't think he'll get back.
Get up. Okay.
One shot, Ross and Paxton, first set, Chesney doors.
Well, that's 6 at the end when Jamie just got the little rubber, picked up the 2. I think that was crucial. Put him into a good position playing that last end. They kept it tight. Good set though.
It's been a great set of bowls, that. There's been some good bowls played here so far, as expected. Only one shot in that first set, but the joy of sets play all starts again now. But the seeded Robert Paxton, world number 3, and his partner Jonathan Ross have got to win this set to take us into a tie-break.
Jack length, 28 metres, 28.
It's quite nice in the pairs, Andy, as well, that all the players are mic'd up, so we do get to hear a little bit of the shot discussions. People at home can hear what players are thinking of playing.
Yeah, I think it's been a good innovation, Janice. I think the public, it's nice for them to know what we're talking about sometimes on the green and the shots that we're trying to play.
Had an interesting question, and I will touch on it, Andy. You can perhaps help me out as well. Do we have any superstitions before we play, or do we know of any bowlers that do? Well, I particularly don't, as far as I'm aware anyway. Some people have lucky items of clothing they like to wear and things like that, but not particularly. I'm certainly not Rafael Nadal, who has to have his water bottle in a certain position. I don't really know of any of the top players that I know of that have got particular superstitions, Andy.
No, I can't think of any, Janice. I certainly don't have much, really. I mean, I think we have a routine, obviously, to prepare ourselves for the game, but superstitions, no, I don't think I really have anything. I can't really think of any player either.
I remember many moons ago playing with a gentleman in mixed pairs who had an older end set of bowls, and he had numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4 on those bowls, and he always played number 1 bowl first, number 2 bowls. But that's the only thing I can actually bring to mind about any superstitions I've heard of.
Yes, I don't think you're allowed to do that now, Janice, with the 1, 2, 3, 4. It was quite common many years ago, but all bowls have got to have the same emblem, matching sets. Once again, Robert, shot against him. Needs to run. Always lacking pace, I think. That's giving him a problem now.
Yeah, Jamie can just play the draw down this forehand. It's a nice swing off this hand. Get back to the closest red bowl. Looks down a good track.
Yes, I think this is the hand that Jamie's favouring, so I don't think there's any ball in his way. He's drawn the 3rd.
Well,
Does the plan get as well? You could make it.
I think there's going to be attacking ball from Robert, hitting the target. Looks to be under. Needs to be lucky now.
Let's open it up now.
one away.
Jamie's sticking to his favoured forehand, drawing another shot. I think we'll see Robert Paxton probably playing his favoured hand, which will be the backhand on the draw.
Looks good here. Nice
Yeah,
swing
3.
back here from Jamie.
Well played.
Nice draw.
Big ball here from Robert. 3 down. Probably going to drop a 4 if he doesn't do anything with this ball.
Hurry.
Jonathan asking to run. I don't think he's here.
It's an unusual ball from Rob there. He'll be very, very disappointed with that. We all do them, but it's given a big chance for Jamie Chesney to start the second set with a count.
Yes, well, it's a game that's been very... It was lacking in big scores. It's been 1s and 2s, really. But I think there's a good chance here for a 4. Just needs to run. Oh, I think he's mad at himself. He knew that was a
Short.
big chance. That's on the 3.
3 shots, Chesney and
Jamie
Dawes.
will be unhappy with that.
Jag length 28 metres, 28.
Couple of questions in. The first one I'll try and tackle myself, the walk-on music. Somebody's asked about the choice of walk-on music. We actually don't get a choice at the moment. We tend to just get whatever's thrown at us. I know a couple of the players have got preferences for walk-on music, including myself, but we don't always get choice. You walk on to whatever music they play for you. That is selected by Potter's sound desk. Probably well aware that one of the top 16 players has a regular walk-on music, and the only one I can think of is Paul Foster likes to walk onto The Eye of the Tiger, and it's one of the ones we can use. We have issues, of course, with music rights and things like that, but that's certainly one. I can get the official line off Richard Maddison, the CEO of the World Bowls Tour, and I will bring that official answer to you back in the next game. But the other question, Andy, is one a gentleman's actually asked you this question about who starts each set and who starts each of the 3 ends of the tie break. I'm assuming they're referring to tossing a coin here, Andy.
Yes, obviously you toss a coin, so you have a choice. You either kick off or you beat your opposition really into bat, as it were. If you win the toss and start off the game, then the second set it will be the opposition will have the choice. Again, they could kick off or they could put you in. So, and if the game ends in a tie, shall we say, 1 set all, then you toss again for the tie break. And again, it reverts back to exactly the same as we've described for the opening set.
Yeah, it's the same in all the qualifiers as well, Andy. If you win the toss, it's your choice. You don't have to take the jack. You can give it to your opponent. Sometimes you find when you get to tie-break ends as well, Andy, if a pair have been dominating on a certain length, they'll want to take the jack, but if the skip's been very, very successful, a lot of skips like to give themselves the confidence of having the last bowl in a tie-break.
Yeah, I think they do, Janice. The majority would be giving the jack away. Only, as you say, if you're dominant on a short length and your opposition are maybe struggling, you may take it, but the majority do give the jack away.
Well done.
Yeah, shot drawn from Robert Paxson. And his forehand very well. Oh, Jamie and Mark, good opening end. They just want to try to consolidate now, try to score again. Get the pressure on Robert. Close here from Jamie. Oh, he's just blocked out.
Made second bowl, I think.
Hold one definite. Just another lift on your last. Hurry.
Jonathan urging this bowl up.
Oh, there is a reasonable shot if you need to score shots here on the forehand. Yes. Trail the jack where Mark Dawes' hand is. Ball onto jack is a perfect result here. Could also have played this on the forehand as well, but I think he's slightly preferring the backhand. One turn on the ball, that might just move the jack.
Oh, track looks good. All on the pace here.
Don't think he's got enough pace, is he? Yeah, I didn't have quite enough. Well, nothing complicated here for Robert. Just a forehand draw. The ball on the left-hand side of the screen. Turns that ball up once, that would be two.
Might even see a change in length after this bowl, Andy. The Paxton and Ross duo might try to shake the length up a bit of Chesney and Dawes. Have certainly settled on this longer length very well.
Yes, I think the Paxton and Ross combination have played better in this direction. Catches the ball, but probably not enough weight to score. It's one in a measure. And Mark Dawes removes one, and I think it might be a measure here.
One shot.
No, just a one.
Paxton.
Tony Hatch, the
Set
umpire,
score,
was poised
1-3
there.
After 2 ends.
Yeah,
Jack
change of
24.5
length.
metres.
Yes, this is very short, Janice. This is only about 24 metres, I would say, because the mat's up slightly.
There was much discussion between the pairing. Do you think they have to try and change something, Andy?
Well, Jonathan's changed his hand, so I think that's a good move. He's thinking, obviously, well, different length, change of hand. That's
Not a
experienced
bad
players
lead.
will be able to do that. If they know they're struggling on one particular hand, it's a good tactic. Change to the other side, see if that works for you. Reasonable opening ball.
That was a loose lead from Mark Dawes. He's predominantly been very close to Jack or just behind. So the change in length might make the difference. Deciding to change the forehand. He's pulling coming up short again. Oh, it just slipped past the
Nice
shorter
work,
red
mate.
ball.
Still the same, beating your own, you guarantee it. A couple
Nice
of bowls
ball.
over yours. Yours is a couple of bowls over. Let go, mate. Let go more. Let go. Let go.
Good here. Swings all the way back.
Take the balls from Jonathan. Good change of hand. Played a better head.
Oh, Jamie's having a look at this.
Now he's asking him to attack it. The plant is probably quite good. The only danger is of just clipping the green ball, he would take it out the head. So a little bit of a risk here.
Close.
Very close. That's good enough.
Yep, that's changed it. Becomes a skip's end now. Drawing to a re-spotted jack by the looks of it. The marker, Mike Davis, will make sure all the other bowls are sorted. Touches are marked. Bowls are taken off the rink that are dead before he puts the jack on the re-spot. A lot of the, certainly the top 16, Andy, do have an idea where the line is for the re-spot with the bowls. See in practice, certain players practicing that shot.
Yeah, especially probably now in the 3-ball pairs game, I think you're probably going to get more attacking. So I think it is important to know the line for the re-spot. But it's Robert who's got on first. Still looks to be under, so there's still going to be a clear path for Jamie.
Keep it right.
Is it number 2?
You have, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd expect Jamie to correct from his previous delivery. Just needs to be higher.
Looks a better line, Andy.
Just needs to run. Jamie picked a line there. No
Close
chance
to
for
three,
Robert.
but just keep it there. Rolled wide enough.
Once again, I think he's under.
Pushed it.
Doesn't want to turn that ball in.
Okay.
We haven't had an indication from the marker. Don't know if it's 1, 2 or 3 here.
Mark Dawes says he's not sure either.
Well, it's just a draw anyway. Regardless of how many shots are down, it's just trying to draw the shot.
Well, he had a good line with his last ball. It's just an adjustment on the length of that.
Not any close here if he holds up. He's just going to fall back. Might not be enough.
Great effort. Well, Mark's having a good look at it.
No, I think he's
Again,
not.
Robert? I think so.
Jamie was just lacking a couple of inches.
One shot, Roston Paxton.
It's been a tight game all the way, this, as expected.
Set score 2-3 after 3 ends.
Glad you're enjoying the coverage here on
25 and a
YouTube. We're
half
getting some
metres,
nice comments
25
coming
and a
through,
half.
Andy. We can't be doing such a bad job then.
No, I'm reading them all here, Janice. And they're all very complimentary, all your commentary. Well done, you did a good job. Not easy to sit here all day and comment on every game.
Yeah, excellent.
We as players appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you very much, Andy, and I appreciate you joining me in commentary.
I couldn't think of anything better to do on a Sunday afternoon, Janice, apart from watching the football very shortly.
I seem to remember that's why you volunteered for the first game this afternoon, Andy.
I didn't tell you that Manchester United were playing Liverpool.
Oh dear, my good friend back at Blackpool then, the assistant manager at Newton Hall, Susan Kearsley, will be glued to the television for that then. She's a big Liverpool fan.
I noticed Chris Gale down as well. He's got his Manchester United top on today, so I think he'll be watching as well. Big Man United fan.
No doubt the scores will drift back into commentary at some point in time.
Stand by, mate. Get to the last you can.
Interestingly enough, I've just had a message from that certain person, and yes, she's definitely going to be watching the football and not listening to my commentary later.
Oh dear.
I know.
Not supporting you, Janice. I don't
No,
believe
it's
that.
terrible, isn't it? But I do know she'll be glued to the Liverpool game.
Well, one good ball here from Jonathan Ross in the head. But has Mark Dawes drawn the shot?
Certainly being watched by Jamie here.
Go on, Green.
Yeah, Mark Dawes drew the shot.
Rob's got a nice draw down to that green bowl now.
Hurry in this line. Hurry.
He's played a very tight line with these bowls. Rob plays with a very swingy set of
For that.
bowls.
Just now. I reckon 2 feet. Aim was great.
Still room for Rob Paxton here.
The ball on the top of the screen there. I don't think that's in the way. So there's still room to draw this. I'd expect Robert to be closer with this one.
Further. Hurry.
Jonathan asking the ball to run, but I don't think he's running.
Don't need fracture. Midline.
All on his pace here. Very close.
Oh, that's very good.
Great goal.
Oh, that's going to give Robert problems.
And again, he's in the position where all the balls behind the jack are green.
Well, it's not a good head this for Robert, but I think if he is positive, I think he'd be unlucky to get a bad result, because I think the draw is now out. So he's going to have to be taking a gamble here, I think.
Yeah, runner down the forehand.
Oh, he's playing the
He's
draw.
gone for the draw.
Yeah, well,
Where's the weight?
I think he slightly favours this forehand on the draw. This is all about pace.
Gently to bend.
Always on the high side.
You can try that. Just that over.
Yeah, there's an opportunity here for Jamie. The draw down the forehand, touch on the jack. Could almost be a game-winning bowl if he could tuck the jack for 5.
He's got a good drawing ball, has Jamie, so there's chances on here. And he likes it.
That's very close.
Will he bend?
This is a great ball. Wow.
Great effort.
Fantastic effort there.
Great effort. He'll be happy though, Jamie.
Two
He's
shots,
picking a 2
Chesney
up,
indoors.
building a good lead up here.
Yes, because of course Robert Paxton and Jonathan Ross have got to win
Set score,
this
2-5
set to take us
after
into a
4
tie
ends.
break. A tie's no good to them. Mark Dawes and Jamie Chesney win the set and they take their place in the semi-final tomorrow, where they will meet the winners of Nicky Brett and Greg Harlow versus
Jack
Daniel
length,
Salmon
27
and
and a half
Damien
metres,
Doublet. That's our next
27 and a
game
half.
up here today. Good opener. That's the one thing about Mark today. If he's not been absolutely nailing the jack, he's always tended to just be behind, which gives his skip, Jamie Chesney, options.
Yeah, but a steady game, Mark. Not spectacular, but as I say, John, he's always had balls in the area. That's all he skips after. That's perfect reply from Jonathan. Well, quite simply, Jonathan, Robert, I've almost got to score probably the final 3 ends here if we're going to push this into a tie break. Losing one end is probably going to be enough for Jamie and Mark to go through. Urging the ball back.
They were both waving at the bowl at the same time. Now there's a partnership for you.
Yeah. A good caption if you can get them both doing that at the same time. Looks a good line here from Jonathan. That's good balls.
One in there. Might force. Yeah, Mark's changing hands now. There's a couple of chances down there. Get off the wing bolt, back to the jack, tuck it round. Very close.
Oh yes, has he got enough weight? Oh, it's a good ball. Very good ball. May not have the shot, but it's a good head at the moment from Jamie and Mark.
Just down into that if you do get onto yours.
Yeah, Robert asking Jonathan just to reach through. The head is not in their favour, so they've got to try to slightly alter it.
Down a good track again, all on his pace.
Was lacking a little bit. Well, this is good chance here for Jamie on the forehand, favoured side as well. Lots of chances. Yeah, we can see it. Catch any of the red balls on the left-hand side of the screen would probably move the green ball onto the jack, so quite a few chances here for Jamie.
Just looking to play it with that pound of weight to reach into them. This is close if it swoops now. Very close, Andy.
Oh, very unlucky. Still got a good head as Jamie, but that was a good ball.
Just swooped just at that last foot or so.
Robert looking at this. Not easy head. I think he's going to have to play the forehand as well. Try to promote his own red ball.
It's either just to filter in on the draw
Yeah, I
there,
think so.
or else you're playing something there in case he gets a shot, and it leaves you a shot to play. Don't mind if you just draw in there and touch it yourself.
Yeah, Robert's been faced with quite a number of problems today. Awkward heads at times. This is not easy. Could easily give this away.
area. Ben. It's a big help. Well done.
Yeah, blocks the path, so it was a good result from Robert Paxton.
Still just 1 down, David.
I think we're going to have a mid-rink conversation again.
Yeah. Jamie just risking walking up as far as is
Yeah.
allowed.
Please, umpire, let me come up.
Oh, he's just asking for our YouTube streaming to put the head up on the main screen for him so he can see the shots. That's the thing about these pairs games, Andy. You can have a bit of banter. We've put it up there for you now, Jamie. There you go. Is that any better?
Yeah, he probably doesn't want to hear a commentary though, Janice.
No.
I don't think there's any danger really in the forehand. He could possibly remove his closest ball, but I think he could still be reaching through on the forehand side. Not a lot of danger. He's played this side well.
Certainly watching it.
This is the only danger here. Taking that out, yeah, he goes 2 down. That was the only danger on the forehand side.
Sweeping down through the back. Just round the back.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think which way. We'll be there. Try and beat that ball.
Yeah, Robert tried to play the deepest ball now. He knows that Jamie will not be short.
Hurry. Big hurry here. It's very good. Well done.
Splits all the green balls, so not a bad ball, but Jamie will be positive here. They could play this on either side.
His own bowl in the centre of your screen would remove both red bowls. Doesn't matter which hand he plays it.
He's looking at this. Oh, wow. That was the ball that Robert played.
If Rob hadn't just put that bowl there,
I know.
it'd have been 3 down now. Bit of
Oh,
a
Robert.
smile going on there.
Robert's got 1. I don't think there's any chance he can get any more. Players laughing at it. I think the way that Jonathan's body language is indicating that it's so hard. Here we see the shot ricochets off the green ball, ends up with the last ball that Robert played. I think he's just going to have to take a 1 here.
1 shot, Ross and Paxton.
Set score 3-5 after 5 ends.
Got to score a couple of shots at one of these ends. I don't really want to leave it to the last end to take us into a tie break in this first game this afternoon. And Mike Davis getting a chance to bowl a ball. Good bowler is Mike Davis in his own right. Plays nationals.
Jag length 29.5 metres, 29.5.
Very nice question been asked there, Andy, which gives us a nice plug for the Special Olympic Games, which this year features indoor bowls. Fantastic that we've got indoor bowls as an Olympic sport in the Special Olympics. That's for people with learning difficulties, and that's at Sheffield. The indoor bowls venue is Doncaster. If you want any information on that, we're still looking for volunteers. Google Special Olympics. I'm delighted to be part of that this year. I'm the Deputy Competition Manager. Looking forward to that event. It's a massive event in the sport of Special
Look out, mate. Look out.
Olympics. And nice that
Okay.
it's here in England. And nice that we've got indoor bowls there. Played boccia apparently in the past and short mat, but it's the first time full length indoor bowls as fully featured.
Yeah, should be good, Janice. That's good. Good to hear.
Still right, mate, Rod. You've just got to make sure on the draw, if you're slipping through, it's good, but if you're getting the jack yourself,
Well, Robert, really asking Jonathan to make sure that you're not short. The head at the moment is not good for them, so they've got to slightly move this head about a little bit. Trailing the jack is not too bad. You won't be happy with this one. Needed to attack.
That was be a disappointing bolt.
The one saving grace is it covers the spot, Jonathan, but I don't think that's where he wanted it. So at the moment, this is still a good head for Jamie and Mark.
I think he's close here. He's very close.
Very
What
well.
a great bowl, Dorsey lad.
Jamie happy with that.
Two
Once
really.
again, Robert's got problems. Oh, Jonathan's indicating playing this with about 4 feet away, and that's such a hard shot. I think it's probably fair to say that Robert's had more heads against him, I think, really. Having to play not easy shots. Yeah, I
Trying
think
to change something with his first bowl, Andy.
Yeah, he's close. Great strike. Was that a touch-up?
Yeah, I think the touches followed it into the ditch. Nick Davis will just mark those on the back of the ditch for us.
Oh, good strike from Robert. There we could see the ball is about a yard away from the jack. Still room for both players to draw the shot.
Nice that we have that new ditch cam angle now with YouTube. We can see if a bowl or jack goes in the ditch.
Very good starter from Jamie.
22 inches from the ditch.
Rob needs to really slot one, if not two, of his bowls in here now.
It's going to be hard to score two, isn't it? He'll be happy with one here. Looking for a double on the final end. This needs to run. Don't think he's running.
Good enough, mate.
I think Robert Paxton will be facing 3 down with his final delivery, so this is not going to be easy. Expect Jamie to draw another here.
Good track again. We get the cry from Mark Dawes. All on Jamie's pace.
It's to stop here.
Steady. Steady.
Oh, just goes. Well, I don't think Jamie will be overly concerned. He knows that he's line 2. He needs a big ball here from Robert.
I think he was just trying to get one super close. Still got a bowl left as Jamie Chesney. Rob Paxton really has to draw a shot with this bowl.
I think he's
track.
close here. If he stops, will he stop? He hasn't. And that's almost a game, I think.
Well, if Jamie draws another bowl in here.
Loads of room here for Jamie. Probably about 5 feet, so I'd expect Jamie to draw another here.
All he's looking to do, really, Andy, is beat the red bowl. He doesn't need to look where the jack is. Just gets past that red bowl to the left-hand side of your screen. He counts for 3.
Yeah, this is counting. This is number 3. That's going to put them 5 up. A very, very strong position now for Jamie and Mark.
I suppose we play 3
Three
bowl
shots,
pairs
Chesney
now,
and
so
Dawes.
it is possible to score a 6.
Set score
Possible,
3-8
but is it
after 6
likely?
ends.
Well, I know we all get big counts, but I would say almost impossible in this situation. Mark and Jamie have just been too steady. Can't see them dropping a 6.
Jack length 27.5 metres, 27.5.
Getting on back to the slightly longer jack. Mark's been playing this very well. It's a good start when your opposition have got to score a 6.
I've not actually looked at the draw, Janice. If Jamie and Mark were to make the semi-final, which looks like, who would they play?
They play the winner in the semi-finals of the next game up, Nick Brett and Greg Harlow.
Right.
Who play the Welsh qualifiers, Daniel Salmon and Damien Doubler. The other semi-final tomorrow is David Gawley and Mervyn King, who face Les Gillett and Jason Greenslade.
Well, after Jonathan's opening bowl, a 6 looks highly unlikely.
Better here.
No pressure now on Mark and Jamie. I'll just keep drawing away here. The short ball of Jonathan's makes the 6 impossible, so I don't think they'll be even trying anything. Just keep drawing away.
And Jamie's clapping this anywhere just behind now for Mark's. Very good. Great bowl.
They played well, really well, have Mark and Jamie. Going to be good value for the win here. Had a solid game of pairs.
Yes, they seem to have gelled very well. They were looking forward to playing with each other when they made the decision to pair up.
One red.
Can't stay with us today and you want to watch the semi-finals, they start at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We have the first of the singles games tomorrow morning, which features the gentleman sat next to me, Andy Thompson, who plays the Irish qualifier, Graham McKee. That'll be a good game. And then we have the 2 pairs semi-finals in the afternoon.
I don't think Robert's even bothering to look at this. He knows that basically the 6 is out of the equation. Just drawing practice really now.
Yeah, of course, all of the 4 players out there featuring the singles draw.
You're going to have to trundle the plant into keep your ball on, but catch it full in.
Jonathan Ross plays the qualifier James Rippey. Robert Paxton plays against one Billy Jackson.
Okay.
Well, he tried to promote his own red ball there, but unfortunately missed it. But again, it's just a draw here for Jamie. Just keep putting green balls in the head. Make sure Robert can't remove any of them. Yeah, that's going to be good enough. It takes at least a couple of the red balls out.
This might be a hit and hope or just draw for practice.
I think you could almost shake the hands. I wouldn't even bother playing it. I don't think there's a 6 here. But as you say, Janice, a hit and hope, you never know. Catch the red ball, follow through, who knows? But I don't think so.
The odds aren't looking good for the red duo.
Certainly not, yeah. I think Jonathan's shaking his head here as if, well, hit that ball and hope you get a result, but no, I'm afraid not.
I think you've got to. Go ahead.
Well, here goes.
Hopefully get this.
Can Rob Paxton produce a miracle with this ball? He's on target for the red ball.
Nearly.
Shaking hands time.
One shot to Roslyn Paxton. That's
Mark
a Chesney
Dawes
Dawes.
and Jamie Chesney move into the semi-finals. Thanks very much for your company this afternoon, Andy, and the very best of luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thanks, Janice. Enjoyed it.
Join us after this short break for Nicky Brett and Greg Harlow versus Daniel Salmon and Damien Dubler.
Salmon. Well, in the last 5 years, bar one, this formidable partnership have never failed to reach the semi-final stages of this event. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 2014 World Indoor Pairs Champions, Nick Brett and Greg Harlow.
Thank you very much, Richard. Looking forward to this second game on this afternoon. We've just seen a very exciting first game with Mark Dawes and Jamie Chesney coming out on the right side of a game against Rob Paxton and Jonathan Ross. Now we have the Welsh qualifying duo of Damien Doublet and Daniel Salmon playing against
28.5 metres.
Nicky Brett and Greg Harlow. So sit down, make yourself a brew and enjoy this afternoon's game here on a Sunday at the Just 2017 World Indoor Bowls Championships, kindly hosted by Potters Resort. We're live on YouTube with you in full HD with commentary. Every bowl sent here on the portable rink. If you can't stay with us, all the results are available on worldbowlstour.tv. For those of you avid watchers of World Indoor Bowls Championships, and particularly the open pairs here, you might spot the insider information that Andy Thompson imparted to us in the last commentary, that for the first time in this pairing, Greg Harlow is leading and Nick Brett is skipping. Well, when you've got the world number one and the reigning World Indoor Singles champion as your partner, who can blame Greg for saying, I will lead for you? Well, Greg himself won the last World Bowls Tour tournament back in Scotland, Perth.
18 inches, mate.
He's the current Co-op Scottish International Open champion. Formidable pairing for these two Welsh internationals to face this afternoon at Potters Resort.
One green.
Don't forget, if you've got any questions you'd like us to put to either one of the umpires about rulings or the World Bowls Tour directors about anything that is puzzling you, if I can't answer the question, I'll find somebody that can for you. We like to feel here at YouTube that you've got the chance to interact and
Either way, mate.
ask your questions.
Yeah, not much. Not much. 2 feet. 4 feet, mate.
It's another one of those interesting games to think about that Damien and Daniel have already played a competitive game on the portable rink. This is Greg's and Nick's first outing out there.
Yeah, lose a couple of feet.
Obviously all the players get plenty of opportunity for practice.
It's a good row. Gently now. Gently, Nick. Gently. Just on a bowl, mate. Great try. Drop the yard, mate. Just the same draw either way, buddy. Either draw, either way.
Quite nice with the pairs that the players are mic'd up.
And down.
We get to hear their
Coming
choice
down.
of shot and the discussions.
Good pace, mate.
One shot, doubler and salmon.
Marker out there on the rink today for this game is Dan Blewett, the umpire Tom Weir.
Jack with 29 metres.
Ready, Shem. Come on. Keep moving. And again.
Damien urging this bowl up.
Well done. Good start. 18. Again, pal. Ready, Dan.
Again, just
Way up,
urging
mate.
this bowl
Good
up. Good
here.
track again from
Yeah, well played,
Daniel
Shem.
Salmon.
Good. Still struggling, mate. Ready? Yeah, well played. Great ball. Well played, Shem. Brilliant.
Great shot. I was saying this earlier about these pairs games going to 3 bowl pairs. It's making the last bowl of the leads and the first bowls of the skips.
2 green.
If the head's building against, be a little bit more aggressive. We've had a question in about the bowls the players are using. On this occasion, I think the answer to the viewer's question is similar. We have Damien Downers using Taylor's size 3, and Daniel Salmon uses Taylor Ace size 3. I know Nick and Greg are part of the Henselite stable. Greg prefers his Tigers, very successful with his Tiger bowls, whereas Nick tends to play with Tiger Pros. But
Either way,
as
mate,
Andy
they'll
Thompson was
just through
mentioning
length.
earlier in commentary, players swap and change within their manufacturers' bowls to suit the rink. You see the players' patches there, say which manufacturer the players with. That's an interesting shot from Nicky Brett.
Yeah, same ball, yeah.
Surprised he actually managed to hold that line.
Get up. Come on, get up. Yeah, not bad. Come on. Yeah, good, pal. Well done. Still there, mate.
Well, Nick, need to draw in here, get a bowl in the head somewhere.
Up you come. Up you come. Up you come. Try, mate. Good try.
Great line, just lacking in weight.
I don't know what happened to that one. I know it did, mate. Twice.
3 green.
Just a nice draw here for Damien. Try and block the route out for the world number 1.
Get up, son. Yeah, you're not bad again. Well played.
Often see qualifying pairs get to the final stages of the pairs here. Last year we had Colin Walker and Ronnie Duncan get to the final and just miss out to Darren Burnett and Stuart Anderson.
All right, mate. No worries. It's okay, mate. It's okay. Two is it? I haven't had a look at the other one, but two is.
Umpire.
Daniel asking for the umpire to be called out to this measure.
Sorry.
Tom Weir, our umpire in this game, otherwise known as the shot clock king. Likes working on the shot clock when singles games are in play.
Two shots, Salmon and Doubler. Jack length 28.5 meters.
Go on, mate. Come on, keep moving.
2 feet.
Close here, Greg. Our opener.
Yeah, you're not bad. You're not bad here. Come on, keep running now. And again. Yeah, well done. It's good. Yes, Dan. Nicely to it now. Well played. Really good. Well played.
A little bit of a disturbance there for Greg. He just resets himself. We don't play shot clock rules for the pairs, so plenty of time to deliver this ball, Greg.
Right up now. All you can.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Either way, innit? Yeah. Yeah, fine. Get mine up. It's good, isn't it?
Nice draw off the forehand available here for Damien.
Come on, pal. Get up. Good effort.
Great try, bud. Great try. Foot.
Sad that, mate. You're good. Just turn now, mate. Come on. Not bad here. Come on, keep turning. Get down. Brilliant, Dave. Well played. Brilliant.
I think I'd come right through, mate, with this one.
Well, in the area here, Nick. Got a great result there. The head was building up against him, had to do something about it.
One green.
Well, all about the draw here.
Yeah, it's fine. Well done.
I think you'll hold up. Yeah, I do, mate, yeah.
The questioning about the Special Olympics again that I mentioned in the previous game about the dates. The Special Olympics, which is for people with learning difficulties, which features indoor bowls, is actually from the 7th to the 12th of August this year. You can find any information you do need on the Special Olympics website. Thank you for your question. Always good to give the event a plug.
Set score 1-3 after 3 ends.
On the shot, Breton Harlow.
Track length 26.5 metres.
One of the smoothest deliveries in the game, Greg. Suffered a little bit in Perth. He had an injury. And interestingly enough, that injury came in his first round game against Damien Doubler. Hobbled through that game and then went on to actually win the title. An amazing performance from Greg Harlow there in Perth. Just still settling down out there.
Ease down. Ease down. Yes, good enough. Well done. Good.
You can stay with us this evening at 7:30. We have the singles playoff to go into the main draw between Vivian Yip from Hong Kong and Andy Kyle from Ireland. The winner of that gets the chance to play Nick Brett in his first round of his title defence.
18 down, mate. You know, draw to your own bowl, you get another one.
And we're here with you live on YouTube with every bowl sent out on the portable rink. Stay with us if you can.
So. Okay.
Get one in, absolutely.
Quite a loose send from both leads there. Chance for Damien and Nick to draw in, and I think the first one to get close will put the other skip under pressure.
Try, Nick. Right, try, mate.
Yeah, still ours, mate. It's either side.
Is that level, that ball? The last ball?
Yeah, it's level. Yeah, it's fine. Come on your pace, mate. Just gotta get up. Come on, get up.
Just lacking in pace. Good
Draw
line.
either way, mate. Draw either way.
Still the draw
Your
here
bowl
for
with the
Nick.
length. It's a good height. Good try, mate. Good try.
The weight's good enough for another, mate. Just pass your own, you're good.
just the one, mate. Either way, try and draw the shot. Good road. Great road, mate. And again, bud. And again, and again, and again, and again,
Well,
and
close
again.
here from Nick.
Yep.
Just about made it, I think. One of the questions that's just come through is about the rules of the pairs in the 3-bowl pairs. And if you've watched any of the previous games, including the last one, yes, the markers are not allowing the players that are skipping to come up to have a look at the head until they've played at least 2 of their deliveries. It's all a timing issue at the moment. Andy Thompson and I were discussing this in the game previously. It's the first time that we've tried the 3-bowl pairs, so obviously rules are possibly going to get tweaked. But at the moment, yes, the skip is not allowed
One shot, Breton
to come up to the head until 2 bowls have been delivered.
Set score 2-3 after 4 ends. Jack length 28 metres.
Right up now. And again. And again. Yeah, decent. Well done.
Just a touch, I think. Oh, you're not bad, actually. Well played, son. Brilliant. Great ball.
Half inch gap really, just put the draw right to it, just sit your own. Whichever way really. Probably if you want to be just over, it's probably better here.
I'll try another one, mate.
Oh, too good. Well,
Again, pal, just pass your own is good. Right then. Paddy. Paddy.
Sorry.
Want me to try one here?
Okay.
I'm happy with you either way, mate. Your weight's good last time. You found a good pace down there. So.
Pass your own, you get to Greg's last ball is good. Stick high a bit. Stick high a bit. High a bit. Yeah, well done. That's good. Well played.
Well, the reason I've gone quiet for a short while, folks, is because I've managed to get some answers to some of your questions from the CEO of the World Bowls Tour, Richard Maddison. I'll take one of the questions that's actually just appeared first, though. I've been asked why there is no ladies' pairs at Potters like the men have. Well, there's no men's pairs here. This isn't open pairs. It is played with qualifiers. Any age, any sex, any ability can play in. We have
All right,
had
next time.
ladies
Line was good.
get through to playoffs and finals before. This isn't open pairs. The mixed pairs is really an invitational event. The top 8 in the world get drawn with the 8 ladies that qualify for the Ladies World Match Play. But no, this isn't open pairs. It's not a men's pairs. Just watch this bowl of Damien's come down here. Just lacking pace, I think. Now, Nick, as we play 7 end sets here, now with the
Right.
3 bowl pairs.
Right, try this, Nick. Gently.
Looks close, all on his pace.
Try me.
Cracking effort.
Yeah, mate. How do you
While we're on the pairs rules, Richard has told me that the plans are to make the qualifiers 3 bowl pairs as well. This was the first year of trying it at the finals. It's had a lot of positive comments. As Andy and I mentioned in commentary earlier, I know there's a few suggestions to tweaks to some of the rules, which includes the skips visiting the head. But as it is at the moment, it seems to be quite favourable. So the WBT do plan on running the PBA qualifiers as 3 bowl pairs. Oh, great ball from Nick. He's obviously got a very vocal spectator in the crowd there, Nick Brett. Well, Damien, need to adjust on your last delivery. Another question that's come through is about why don't players measure for themselves in pairs games? Well, we don't do that at the WBT once you get to the World Bowls Tour finals on the portable rink. Any measures are undertaken by our very professional team of umpires here. Oh, cracking ball, Damien Douglas. What a ball. These 2 boys have played really, really well.
One shot, salmon and doubler.
And the question we had
Set
earlier
score
on
2-4
walk-on
after 5
music.
ends.
I've spoken to Richard and he said there is moves afoot to possibly next year bring in where players can select their choice of walk-on music. But as I mentioned to you earlier, the current situation is it is all generic and you just get what you're given, basically, and
29 meters.
we're quite happy with that. It's nice to be able to walk on to music with the flashing lights and the smoke. I think the only other question I've got to clear up before we answer that, look at this bowl of Damien's. Fantastic drawing bowl. Had to be perfect weight, perfect line, and got it. Somebody asked earlier about the WBT Awards night that was last night. As Andy Thompson and I mentioned earlier, we are both sulking as we didn't get awards, either of us. But I have had confirmation from Richard that the full list of names and awards and photographs will be on the World Bowls Tour website by tomorrow. The man out there on the rink, Nick Brett, I think we'll have quite a mantelpiece full of awards from last night. He certainly took away numerous. Close again here. Yeah, very good. Putting Greg Harlow under all sorts of pressure here. There is the draw. I think Nicky's just asking him to change something, arrive into it. This is the thing with 3-bowl pairs. The leads have that option with the last bowl to try and open things up. In the area, needs to just move a touch.
Sorry, man. Two green.
See what happens. Touch over, it's no problem.
Well, Damien's got another draw on here. Been playing very well.
Yeah, well done, good starter.
Yeah, great place that. Counts as well.
First hit that, pull back, look at the shot.
Probably roll the jack forward, I would guess.
I think Greg's just having a look at the angles here.
To be honest, mate, I think first bowl, I think I would come for the shot. See if you can open it up. Come right
I
down
think he's
for it,
very,
mate.
very good at these bowls. Changing things. Looks on target.
Unlucky.
Just hung off. That looked very close on our monitors.
Just draw again.
Do you think it's better? I don't really want to leave a.
You don't want to leave any catch either side. Just try and play a good line.
We're into
better than
N6.
me
The
or
Welsh
not?
duo are 4-2 up.
Yeah, it probably
Yeah.
is better there, yeah.
Holding 2.
All right. That's good.
Not a
It's
bad
bowled for
place.
about 3
He
inches
said he
away,
didn't want
mate.
to
I
make
think
a catch.
basically got the choice to draw with both, either way, or go with this one now. Choice is yours. Obviously, there's not a lot of room either way, but it's possible to draw the shot either way. But it's that sort of scenario.
Yeah, Greg giving clear instruction to Nick there.
Great line.
Have a draw with both bowls. Give yourself 2 chances at it.
Great try, Nick.
This is in the area.
Gently, gently.
Very
gently.
close.
Great try, mate. Great try. Great try.
A good sighter for him with his last bowl.
Oh, I have to say, you there really is. 2 goes. You won't far away.
Again, Damien's in a similar position. Doesn't want to leave any sort of catch for Nick Brett.
Yep, well done, good.
You're a foot, mate. That was all. Line was perfect. Good line again. Great, try again.
Oh, great bolt.
One shot, Breton Harlow.
Well, that's what it called for.
Set score 3-4
That's
after
brought them
6
back
ends.
into the set with one end to play. And it needed a lot of courage and commitment from world number 1, Nick Brett. Here we go again, the replay.
Jack went 26 metres.
Absolutely perfect, played to perfection. Sits down, gets shot. One in it, one end to play.
Right with us now. Come on, who you got? And again. And again. And again. Oh, decent effort. Put.
So,
Just overplayed this, but
good opener.
good opener, just behind.
Yep.
Oh. Sorry, mate. Chance ball. So,
Oh, Greg, still room for you there. Drawing to that last bolt.
still inside that dance, only half a ball down. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't going to win, is it? So you've got to even pretend you're down. Just draw the winner, mate.
And a very good ball by Nick Brett.
Saw that, mate.
Playing really well now. Puts them in control of this end. Damien still got the draw down there. Just rest the jack.
Good effort, pal. Come on. Keep turning. Keep turning, pal. Come on.
Oh, very close.
Play. Good.
One down, Greg's just indicated.
Yeah, one down, mate.
Having a
What's it
good
look
look
like
at the
on your
shot
end?
from there.
Yeah. It is possible to get the bowl clean, but I think that's the way, mate. I think that's the way.
It's a good line for it. Might just dip under.
Well done, mate. Clear run now. Well done. Good. Good.
Oh, he's a very supportive
mate.
skip. Greg Harlow skips
Yeah, another one above.
internationally.
Too much danger or?
Not really. Just draw, you know, you're getting the split perfect.
Right.
Turning. Yeah, nice. Well done.
Yeah, I'm gonna say opposite. Good.
Well, that's a good example of the players discussing shots. And all the Welsh duo can do now is look on the holding shot, the one up playing the last end. Decision made. Playing it down the forehand, they have the ball to the right hand side of your screen.
Down to something, mate.
Looks in
Down
the
to
area.
something.
All on the connection. Very unlucky, Nick. First set to the Welsh duo, Daniel Salmon and
One shot, the
David
first set,
Doubler.
Salmon and Doubler.
No, we've not seen the red pairings faring too well over the last couple of days. It's been a green
That went
frenzy.
26.5 metres.
Daniel Salmon and Damien Doubler yesterday played Andy Thompson and Mark Royal. They won that game to set up this tie with Greg and Nick. And Greg and Nick need to win this set to take us into a tie-break. We've already got 3 of the pairings for the semi-finals tomorrow lined up. David Gawley, Mervyn King, plays Jason Greenslade and Les Gillett. Mark Dawes and Jamie Chesney await the winner of this game.
Great ball again. Great stuff, son.
Great bowl here. Daniel's played very, very well over the 2 games. Very good lead player. He's certainly setting everything up for his pairs partner. Greg playing at Trundler again. Yeah, opened it up. His partner will be happy with that. Shot from our ditch cam there of where the jacks ended up lying.
Danny. Come on, mate, keep running. And again. And again. Yeah, that's good. Well done.
Danny, is there anything else for it, is it really? Try, mate. Good try.
Just lacking a bit of pace there.
I think that's got to run.
Damien just saying that he thinks his bowl's got to run. Line looks very good.
18 to win.
Well, if this hangs on, no, just going off.
Sat him in. Come on, keep running.
Oh, great bowl from Nick. Saved his best till last. Big sigh from the world number 1.
Get him off, mate, I would.
How far's it off? Oh,
I think
Get the 2 of them, that'd be alright.
Damien just asking if it was possible to beat it on the draw. His partner saying, nope, try and take it off.
sorry.
Under the line here. Well, much apologies there from Damien. That was one of those fortunate results.
2 shots, salmon and doubler.
A lot of murmuring in the crowd there. A lot of smiles from the players. More from a embarrassment point of view than anything. We all know it happens. But
Jack went
no
28
one
and a
wants
half
to
metres.
win a game that way. Daniel's still laughing so much. He's apologising for his delivery.
Yeah, well played, Dan. Well played, Dan. Settle.
Sorry.
Good effort. Good effort.
18 on your last number. End. Well done.
Nine.
He's a side, isn't he?
Yeah, either side.
Well, good opening bowls from Greg Harlow there. Crowd have settled down a bit from the frivolity of the last end and the very fortunate bowl from Damien.
Good effort. Get over. Yep, good second ball.
Wait for the one, mate.
Right try. Right try, Nick.
Just play similar, mate.
Sit off mine, I get it, do I?
Huh?
Do I? If I sit off mine, get a shot?
Yeah. Depends on where if the jack moves up.
Oh, right.
Same ball. Good effort, pal. Get up, man. Great effort.
You really don't need to lose a lot. Right, try again. I know. Try, mate.
Few discussions going on here. Again, Nick Brett's come up with some big bowls with his last bowls of each end.
Good effort. Come on. Not bad. Get up. Get up.
Good effort.
Yes, mate, yep. Yep. Just a draw. One red. One shot, Brett and Harlow. Nick, set score 1-2 after 2 ends.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Jack length 27 metres.
Dan? Not bad. Very good. Great ball this is. Well played.
Oh, good start again here from Daniel Salmon. Don't forget, if you can't stay with us, you'll find all the news and results on worldbowlstour.tv. But we have another game tonight at 7:30. It's the singles playoff to go into the main draw between Vivian Yip and Andrew Kyle. The winner of which will face Nick
Stay to
Brett.
either side. I just try and look to just drop around your own ball.
Join us for that if you can. That's full singles rules here, 9 end sets with the shot clock.
Good, good. Wow. I just check it down the wide side, Dan. You know, either side of that ball, but you know, even if you're there, you're not bad.
Just looking for a tactical bowl here.
Half the ball, you're good. Good effort, mate. Good effort, son. No, I think it's just keep.
I would,
Yeah.
Well, Nick could have been fortunate there. I think he's just flicked it out to the red bowl.
Just draw there first, I would. You know, if you finish there is good.
Okay.
Again, the green pairing of Daniel Salmon and Damien Doublet are in the fortunate position that they've won the first set. They're leading in the second set. So don't want to make it easy for Brett and Harlow to pick up counts.
Yeah, hold on, mate. It's about 3 inches short. There's even room 3 or 4 inches past, mate.
There you go, just draw to 3 or 4 inches. Well, I suppose that's what we come to expect from the likes of Nick Brett.
No, that's okay there, bud. That's okay there. That's okay there.
Go there, mate. A couple of yards. Just on the inside of that. You get the front, it's not too bad.
Shouldn't timing bull or?
Just play a couple of yards, I would. Close, pal.
In the area here, gets a connection on the green bowl.
Yep,
Rocked
lead him.
it.
Well
Could have done enough.
done.
Yeah, 1 green, it looks like.
What sort of weight are you?
One green.
Okay, mate. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Really, this is one of those situations where you kind of let the skip decide which shot he feels most confident in playing. Well, doesn't like it, looks under the line. I think Daniel and Damien thinking they might settle for 1 here. Very dangerous. Not a clean way to remove the red bowl, so smiles again from the Welsh duo.
One shot, salmon and doubler.
Taking the 1 shot.
Set score 1-3 after 3 ends.
Well, the Welsh pairing of Daniel Salmon and Damien Doublet certainly
Jack length 28.5 metres.
in confident mode. They got that little bit of luck. Sometimes need that in a game. Two loose opening bowls from the 2 leads. I think this looks like it might be a little bit played over.
Was it 2 feet?
Yeah, 18 to 2 feet.
Clicking his fingers again normally means he thinks he's overreached. Chance here for Greg
Stay high, pal. Yeah. Well
to
played.
get
Brilliant.
a piece of the jack now, just perfect drawing weight. Pairing of Brett and Harlow really need to try and count at this end if they can.
Great try, buddy.
Good effort, good
Great
home.
try.
Similar, mate. Drop that ball, you good. Just a touch, that's all.
Greg just having a little bit of a look at if it's worth a
Just
trundle
got the
here.
same draw, mate.
Yeah,
Only
going
just
back
slipped
to the
through.
draw. He was so close with his last bolt. Little touch on the jack.
Great try again, Nick. Great try, mate. Great try.
I really do feel that Damien needs to reach the red bowl to the right-hand side of your screen and rest off it before Nick Brett does.
Come on, pal. Stay up, pal. Brilliant, mate. Well played.
Yeah, I think it's going to fall. It stands. Can you see the two bowls? It's up to you, mate. Obviously, the choice is the perfect draw or take the two out.
And just in answer to a viewer's question, yes,
Your
we
call,
have an
mate.
evening session here tonight. Starts at 7:30. It features one of the lady
Go on,
qualifiers,
mate. Hang on.
Vivian Yip versus Irish
Yeah, that option's gone now, mate. Yeah, draw away.
Andrew Kyle. And the winner of that will go into the main draw to play Nick Brett. So join us tonight at 7:30 for that game. We'll be with you.
No worries. Two.
Two shots, salmon and double.
And tomorrow morning,
Set score 1-5 after 4 ends.
10 o'clock, we have the first of the main last 32 singles games, and that's Andy Thompson MB versus Graham McKee, the Irish qualifier. And then from 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we have the two open pairs semi-finals.
Jack went 29 metres.
Please. Settle. Well done. Good start.
Oh, 5-1 at the moment to
Well
the
done, I think, Nick.
Welsh qualifiers Daniel Salmon and Damien Doublet.
Try me.
Really means that
Come again.
Greg Harlow and Nick Brett have got to get in at this end. Couple of shots, get them back in the possibility of winning this second set, and they need to win this set to take us to a tie break.
Well done. Reach good.
Great to all those viewers that are watching us. Hope you're enjoying the coverage.
Still there?
We cover every bowl sent here on the portable rink by the World Bowls Tour YouTube stream here at the Just 2017 World Indoor Bowls Championship, kindly hosted by Potters Resort. I'll just give a little shout out to a friend who's been a bit poorly recently. Smith, who's listening in.
You know, it's probably an
Thanks for
easier
your
shot there
company.
than the other
Looking
shot.
forward to seeing you at the weekend. Hope you're sitting back with a cup of coffee and enjoying this bowls coverage.
Harry. Harry. Come on.
Sorry.
All right. Okay. Good air for me.
Interesting question come through from the viewers on delivery. Is it better to play with a pairs partner that plays with the opposite hand to the hand you play with? So if you're right-handed, is it better to play with a pairs partner who's left-handed? Well, this is going to be a personal answer for you. At this game, the indoor flat green game, I don't believe it makes a difference. At crown green, it can make a huge difference as we have a smaller mat to play crown green with. And left-handers at crown green get a totally different line to right-handers. At this game, I just think you pick a pairs partner that you enjoy playing with and that's a good player.
Get up. Get up, son. Great effort.
Still the one, mate. Same draw.
Oh, he just sat the jack back. Not having the run of luck here.
Probably our shot, mate.
Just all fancying the green bowl.
I just draw you, mate. Just draw there. Huh? Yeah, just past there is good.
What's that ball? Short the white ball.
Let's put a ball short.
In the area his
good,
pairs
mate.
partner
Like
asked
getting
for.
inside edge of the outside green to get onto the other one.
Got to really change something with this
Yeah.
bowl, I feel, Nick.
That one could also do the same job. So that one could also do the same job.
A little bit of a smile from Nick Brett there. All back serious now. Got a result onto the jack, managed to open it up.
Oh, pal, just draw the shot.
Nope. Instructions to his partner, just draw shot. Great ball there from Damien. There's the ball of Nick Brett's that opened up the head.
Well, mate, it doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't matter, mate. It doesn't matter.
Really up to Nick to make the decision on what shot he fancies here, bowl or jack. It's probably the option he'll be looking at. Gets the bowl, he's got a chance of two. Needs to start moving now. Is he close?
One shot, salmon and doubler.
Well, a cracking ball from Damien Doubler there. Puts the Welsh
Set
qualifiers
score 1-6 after
firmly in
5
the
ends.
driving seat here against Nick Brett and Greg Harlow. 6-1, 2 ends to play in a set that Brett and Harlow have got to win to take us to a tie break.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
That. Reached up, settle around in a operate.
Down you come now. Down. Well played. Well played.
Oh, close here. Well played, Greg. Good opener.
Same ball, Dan.
He doesn't need to change anything. Rests the red bowl if he plays the same bowl. Urging this on.
Harry on that line. Harry on that line.
Well played, well played.
Play ball. Hang on all you can now. Wait, sit for it.
That's another one in the
on
area.
high side, mate, you know, anything in there is good. This is okay. Keep moving now. Keep moving. And again. Yeah, well played. Well done.
Similar.
Close again. Just needs to hang on for the jack.
Oh, it's now.
Good, well played.
Yep.
I would, yeah. First of all, just beat that ball there. Yeah, good ball this. Yep, well done.
Great try, mate. Great try.
I just know, just feed in there. There's not bad. Alright. Finally.
Try
On
again,
in the
mate.
area. Not going to be unhappy with that, his pairs partner.
Got a chance.
Needs some sort of connection here, Nick. Well, got one out of it, but that's not enough.
Thought that was getting back to the jack. Yeah, would have been really good.
Good effort, mate. Great effort.
Well, again, it's not a bad bowl from Damien. It's the red pairing that have got to try and come up with something miraculous, holding one shot, which would take us into the final end, but really want 2 or 3 out of this to give themselves a realistic chance.
Oh, yeah, she's riding away, mate.
One shot, Breton Hollow.
That means that Breton Harlow have got to score a 5
Six
on the
scored
last
2-6
end.
after 6 ends. Jack length 25 metres.
Well, that was a fair opening bowl from Greg Harlow.
Great shot, well played.
Quick answer to one of the viewers' questions that's just come in, I believe, about the portable rink. Yes, it does change, even in the middle of a game, dependent on the crowds, whether it's a packed crowd or whether the crowds are going in and out and the doors are open. It also changes because of the air conditioning and variables.
Settle. Okay, won't hurt.
If it gets warmer, it affects the rink.
Just struggling to touch, mate, I think. Yeah, sorry, mate.
back ball probably beats that front ball anyway, so I'd go there now, you know. Just drop round and get there is good. Done.
All of the players have really got to adjust to the rink. As and when it changes, this is an awesome bowl, again by Daniel Salmon.
Right out there, how that worked.
2 green.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how Nick Brett's going to conjure up a 5 here. A bit similar to the first game this afternoon. Almost mission impossible. Well, it's altered it, but it's taken both red bowls out of the area.
Yep, that's brilliant, mate. Well done. Fine.
Play those two and stop, mate.
Looks under.
Just score, mate. Just look to beat that front ball.
Clicking his fingers again. Normally
Fine. Yep,
means
good.
he thinks he's close, but just over. And that seems to have been the way the Welsh duo have played. This is impossible.
Well played. Very well played.
So the Welsh duo, Daniel Salmon and Damien Dubler, go into the semi-finals of the World Open Pairs tomorrow. Join us again at 7:30 this evening. Thank you so much for your
2 shots,
company.
second set in the match. Daniel Salmon, Damien Doubler.
Commiserations to Greg and Nick, but it does indeed Damien and Daniel go through to tomorrow's semi-finals. Your winners, give them a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. Damien Doubler and Daniel Salmon from Wales going through to the semi-finals.